on. Hey, hey, I want to make sure I've got Sarah. I see Carla. I'm trying to find Rebecca. Becky, are you on?
I don't think she's joined yet, Rob.
Okay, let me make sure she's not messaging me. One sec.
Okay.
We have an exclusive report on the chaos happening out in Denver, Colorado, where 800 illegal immigrant families they are now reportedly in the process of being.
Rob, I muted.
Robin,
Sorry, I had to mute you.
No problem. Okay, Rebecca's on. Let's get started. Remind your teammates to pop on, stick in an earbud and join us. We love to have people on live. Is anybody here brand new or newer on the call tonight that just joined Zaya? Let us know. Love seeing your faces. Okay, you guys, we are going to get started. Okay, here we go. All right, tonight, this call is going to be featuring Rebecca Talsma, Carla Hike, and Sarah Varney. I'm super excited to hear from these three. They are very consistent in their successful Zaya businesses. They make Zaya just a part of their life. I know I was talking to Carla yesterday. It was her birthday, by the way. Happy birthday, Carla. And she was telling me all the things that she had to do on her birthday. And it included, of course, and then I'm going to go home and go live for my party. So it's just a part of their day. All three of them, you can just see it intertwined in their lives. So I am not going to intro them. I'm going to let them do that because they'll do a much better job. So I'm going to start with you, Sarah. Go ahead and intro yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
awesome. So I'm Sarah Varney. I was introduced to Zaya 2.5 years ago by Ann Johnson. I joke that I am straight off the streets of nursing. I'm a NICU nurse by trade. I have no direct sales experience whatsoever. But at the time that Ann introduced me to Zaya, my husband had just taken a new job and his hours were more demanding. So I had to back off of my working shifts because that just wasn't conducive to his new schedule. So I found myself like suddenly a stay-at-home mom, which really wasn't for me. So I actually found myself at the gym every day because they offered 2.5 hours of childcare every day. So so when Zaya was introduced to me from Ann, it just like was a really great fit for where I was at the time. I love Zaya, but I didn't love the approach that I was taking to this business. So that is actually when Ann introduced me to Jill Jensen, a double Zaya, and who at the time was working with Bob Heilig in his Love Serve Grow program. And she was training on a more service-oriented approach, and I really appreciated that approach. So I've been consistently working this approach for the last like 12 to 18 months, and I am seeing totally different results in my business from where I was when I started. We are now a director level team, and so I'll be sharing some of my key takeaways that have helped me the most along the way.
And your family, tell us a little bit about your family real quick.
Yeah, so I have 2 boys, 5 and 7, first grade and pre-K, and they are wild and very active. Yeah.
Sounds about right. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Carla. Can you intro yourself? Oh, unmute.
Well, I was trying to unmute, but my dog, who I've neglected, it has to be right here. Like she's like, oh, she's home from a game. I gotta be right
Oh.
here. So she was holding on to my arm. Couldn't get there. Hey, so I am Carla Hike, and sorry if you can hear the panting. Carla Hike, I got into direct. I'm always been a teacher. I have 3 boys who, when I started direct sales years ago, it was kind of like, oh, I used to work summer school, then they were gonna budget cuts, not do summer school. I jumped into doing some direct sales because I'm like, I gotta find a way to earn some more money. And so they actually did summer school. So I did it all. I did summer school and jumped into direct sales. But so I started in 2011 actually. And then was with 31 for 10 years and did a really good job with 31. I was more of, I'm like the sales thing. Like I'd rather just take care of my sales, and I can control what's in my boat better than what I control what someone else wants to do. So I know if I want to do something, I can control that better than someone else. So I loved the celebration of 31. I just loved having that celebration on me because as a teacher, you just don't have that. And I played basketball in college. I always kind of had those kind of things, and with coaching. But anyway, so I fell in love with that as well, just being celebrated. I think a lot of women don't realize that they're missing out on that awesome stuff. And so being celebrated, I enjoyed, of course, the money, trips, and all those little extra things that I'm married to a teacher. So we don't do those things. We have 3 boys. Now we have a college freshman, a sophomore in high school, and then an 8th grader who do all the sports, do the extra trainings, all those things. Even my son that's in college plays football. So we're always going to all the games, all these things. But we still need that extra money. That's my huge why. But I fell in love with so many other things. I actually have just been doing Zaya for almost a year. And the story with that was kind of, I fell in love with like the at-home party for 31. That was my reason for my husband to stay home. But after COVID, that all kind of changed, and we weren't doing those kind of things. And my boys' lives changed. We were doing other things, but I got away from that. And so I tried to be busy on my own by like reading some books. That's just not me. I mean, I did read from this summer before. I read like 34 books in 3-month time period, and I never read a book before. But yeah, that wasn't helping my money situation either. So actually last February, I said to Robin, I was even thinking about like waitressing. I've never waitressed. We just needed some more money. And so I said to Robin, who had asked me multiple times. I knew Robin through 31 and asked me at different times. I was buying from her. I loved Zaya, fell in love with Zaya for several years. And then I said, okay, let's do this. So I signed up February 18th last year. So, and how cool that I realized yesterday on my birthday, it was Zaya's 7-year anniversary. So that was fun.
Very cool. Thank you, Carla. Okay, Rebecca.
Hello, everyone. I'm glad you all are here. I'm Becky Telsma, and I am an executive with Zaya. I've been with Zaya for 4.5 years. I'm married to Michael, and we have 2 kids, Jordan, and he is married to Ashley. They have 3 kids, and then we have a daughter, and she's an interior designer. If you want to hit her up. And she's married to Luke with 2 kids. So I am like doing Zaya, but I'm also getting the advantage of being with my grandkids. So I have 5 grandkids under the age of 6. So if I'm not doing Zaya and all that, I am being a nana to these cute little grandkids of mine. And I did not have any direct sales at all. I used to be in the dental field, and I've grown so much as a Zaya rep. And yeah, just from going back, you guys a lot know my story, but I couldn't copy or paste or any of that. So I am now like, pretty much on my own. Robin and I will feed each other off, like, what to do here and there. Very, very thankful for her being inspiration to me. And yeah, I wanted to do something for me. Okay. I didn't really have that when I worked in the dental field all the time. And then COVID hit, and I knew I did not want to be in the dentistry with COVID and all that. And Zaya had like took off for me. So Mike and I talked, and I am very, very blessed that I get to stay home and do Zaya, which I absolutely love, and be with my grandkids and my little best friend, Winston.
Can't forget Winston. Okay, thank you,
No.
Becky. All right, Sarah, I'm going to jump back to you. Sarah's going to talk a little bit about her journey and how her mindset did shift and what happened and what that looks like today. I think she's got some good nuggets to share. So, Sarah, go ahead.
Yeah, so the most impactful and pivotal point in my mindful journey, I guess, has been learning about red light stories. So it's so important to be able to manage our mind, especially in this business, but honestly, this like totally translates into life. And just recognizing how my limiting beliefs were holding me back from so much in this business. So the working on the red light stories basically helps you recognize the story you're telling yourself that is not true, and reworking it to a green light story to choose a different story and a different mindset to like work your business from. So it empowers you to get the results that you're hoping for, because your beliefs are your stories drive your actions and behaviors, and ultimately that creates results. So your stories are either going to propel you or hold you back. And for me, it was holding me back. So I have a sheet. This is Jill Jensen's form. So it has some profanity on it, but you don't need to know. You don't need to read this particular story, but there are some just 4 sections on this worksheet. So if you have even a notebook paper, you can write these down. But you have the facts at the top. You have story, feeling, action, and result. So Robin, do you want me to like work through a potential story and show like how to go from red light to green light?
Yeah, I would love to hear your story, honestly.
Okay, so, well, this is perfect because this was, I mean, there are so many stories. So for me in the beginning, it started with like, nobody wants to have a party, but then it progressed to like, I'm terrible at recruiting. So I will use a recruiting example, but you can literally use this sheet for everything. And actually my husband uses it on occasion too for non-Zaya, obviously. So anyway, so my story, and really like what changed about 12, 18 months ago, was being able to come from a place where I was helping someone with this opportunity. So my story was, I am terrible at recruiting. That feeling that was associated with that story, sometimes maybe you start with a feeling first. And then a story derives from that. But the feeling that I had was incapable. So that is just you could have so many feelings, but pick one for this section. You don't need to go any further. And then action. So what I found was I just wasn't taking action, but really I was doing things like just opening Facebook and scrolling, or like cleaning my bathrooms, and I hate cleaning bathrooms. So like that's a trigger now for me that I'm buffering and I'm like avoiding action that I need to be taking in my business. So the results you get from cleaning your bathroom and feeling incapable and telling yourself you're a terrible recruiter is that you are not going to be able to offer this opportunity to anyone. So what you do then is you flip the story over, you forget the red light story, and you rewrite the story so that you can choose to come from a different, more positive place. So you start with the results, so you go backwards. So results. So say I would love to share this opportunity and enroll 1 rep in February. February. The actions that you're going to take are going to be what? Like post on your personal page, post in your VIP page, host parties with people, build your funnel, maybe write down all the people you would love to join you in this business, and keep adding to that list as you meet new people. There are so many different actions, right? So just writing down all the actions that you would do if you were a person that were recruiting one person in February. The feeling that you're going to have when you take the actions that you set out to do and achieve the result that you want. Sorry, I'm going to be like a total squirrel if I start reading comments. So feel free to ask me after the end. But the feeling that you're going to have, you're going to feel capable. You're going to feel like you're helping someone. And then the story that you have to rewrite and choose to, take action from is that you have an amazing opportunity to, or like what I would write, I have an amazing opportunity to offer people. There are so many people that I can help with this opportunity, and I am capable of doing this. So most of the time, you're going to have a story that's going to involve like, I am capable, I am enough, I can do this, I am deserving, and I'm worthy. So that is really what has changed the game for me. Rewriting the stories, to be able to come from a green light story has helped me just show up differently in my business, but specifically in the conversations I have with other people. And that in itself just like has, I feel like, changed my trajectory and like changed the results in my business. So
Yeah, I love this so much. She's referring to Bob Heilig. And yes, we can, Sarah, we can get that form out, but I'm also thinking maybe we need to dig in a little bit deeper and maybe we can do a series like this because this mindset piece is so important. You can hear our positivity all day long. Ask 10, ask 10. But if your mindset is not there, all you hear is, wah, wah, wah. You don't even want to hear it. So I just think this is a piece that is so important. And there's all the books and all the podcasts, but maybe we all can hone into something like this and do that work because I think it will help all of us. So yes, Megan already said we can make it happen. So let's side chat. Sarah, you can help us out if you don't mind. Show of hands, who has heard of this or done work with this? Britt, Minnesota gals, Melissa. Okay. So Jill Jensen is a double Zaya in Minnesota, and she has worked with, she's awesome. She'll work with Sideline Sisters. She'll pull anybody in. And so yeah, we'll definitely look into this and then talk more about it. We'll get back to you. Sarah, thank you so much.
yeah.
I am going to jump over to Becky. Becky's going to speak on customer care, consistency, and parties. Her calendar is always full. Go ahead, Becky.
Sarah, that was awesome. So hats off to you. I really enjoyed that. So yeah, the key to getting parties, it just comes back to the 4 basic steps, really. We are reaching out. I try to do reach outs like 5 people a day. If I have my party, I try to chit chat with everybody in that party for sure. I am welcoming them and adding them as friends. And then I always put in, check your messenger. I just sent you a message. And then I get a lot of starting communication with the customers right there in the party. I want to try to get a relationship built from all of my parties. And then a lot of them will turn into just like friendships. Just be yourself and be authentic. And, you just keep in touch with those people even after the party, even if they did not order in that party and I communicated with them, I'll still go back and say, hey, we talked about you trying the Light and Tide sometime. Would you like to try them now? I know it was a bad time for you in that party, but would you like to try it again now? And they would be like, oh my gosh, I was just thinking about that. Thank you so much for reaching back to me. Okay. And then I also like people who like your posts, people who follow you on Instagram or your stories, your VIP. If they are commenting, oh, they like that or whatever, I always follow up with them and say, hey, I just saw that you liked my post, isn't that a cool color? I know Fort Dodge loves red. So I posted all about red today and I reached out to my Fort Dodge people and they're like, I love it. Thank you so much for reminding me because I'm going to grab those today. If I see it's their birthday or their anniversary, again, you're just trying to make that connection with those people. Even if I haven't known those people, I want to get to know them. And it's just something, just about following up. It might make their day because they might not. I have a couple of elderly, like girls in their 70s, and they're like, oh my gosh, I just got done, baking a bunch of stuff for Christmas, da 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 da. And I'll ask for their recipes and I get to know them. And they're just like, thank you so much, Becky, for reaching back to me again just to talk because you just made my day. So it's just kind of all about all of that. I'm taking notes, so I want to make sure I hit everything. But just how do I keep my calendar full? I love to talk to people, as everybody knows that. I always try to have 5 to 10 parties a month. Some of them are like 3 to 4 or 5 people in a group party. If it's somebody's birthday, I want to make sure that I'm just doing completely a personal party for them so we can celebrate them. And it's all about them, spoil them all that week. And yeah, just making those connection when I am talking to them, when they get on my lives, let's say in the morning or at night, they're on my lives when I do my VIP. Everybody loves it when you remember their name or if you remember something about them and they come on and you're like, oh, hey, Sally, thanks so much for jumping on. How did that work out for you last weekend when you went skiing with the kids? And even when you're on video and they're like, oh my gosh, she remembered that and she's going live about her outfit of the day. They kind of love that stuff. So if you can remember their name and like doing stuff like that, they are going to be like making that connection with you too, because they're going to remember Becky remembered me. So I should start, going from there. Yeah. So it's pretty much, reaching out every day, partying. Then I follow up. I make sure we're following up is very, very key. And then just keep partying, and just making those connections.
Yeah, I think sometimes we think it's annoying when we're messaging somebody that, hey, the red came out today. I know you love red, but people love that. They love that.
They
It's an easy way to do what you're talking about as far as like, I hope you had a good ski trip. Another way to that thing that I do is I'll go to their order history really quick so I can comment back like, hey, these would go great with your pink tank that you bought last week. Just that extra little stuff. Like I totally had to go look it up, but we can do that very easily. And that shows that personal touch. And so bottom line, Becky, you are genuine and you just, you offer that personal touch. It makes them want to come back to you. They can shop from anybody, but they want to come back to you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Let's go to Carla. So real quick backstory on Carla. We were on 31 together, but totally separate teams. She was my like, oh my gosh, there's Carla. Carla was very, very top in the sales company with Zaya. I one time drove to Omaha just to hear her speak with the founders. So
You
to
slipped
say I bothered her and like asked her to join me, hell yes, I did. And we got her. Anyway, she's a rock star here at Zaya as well. Always hitting the 4K club, always rocking her Zaya page. So I want her to talk a little bit about that, her Zaya VIP group, and what it was the tagline we used. the customer. What did we say? Oh, thinking like a customer. Go
Yeah,
ahead, Carla.
for sure. Hey, yeah, I'll tell you, like Becky, just hearing, well, Sarah's mindset thing was great. Becky, like I want to be able to have that time or make that time to follow up with those customers like you. That is my vision, to be able to do that. And hopefully now I'm on the right track. Just the other day, because I have some text broadcasts going up to those people that I can then have those messages. But my thing, so here I'm coming on a year. I have sold 60,000, over 60,000, which kind of blows my mind. I am definitely like a squirrel. I got a lot of things going on. Teach preschool all day. I even drive a school vehicle after school every day just for some extra money. And then I'm doing parties. I am not a plan ahead kind of person. Not because I don't want to. It's just there's just so much going on with games and stuff. So what I'm telling you is you don't have to have that calendar booked, because you can start, like, if you don't have it, you can start going at the top of that month saying, okay, I got to get these parties booked, because that is what I do. I do have some that plan ahead. So I'm not saying don't, but I'll be honest with you. I am not, just because my life is pretty crazy. So my philosophy through all of this is really think like the customer, but I want to get that Zaya in people's hands, because that's how I fell in love with it too. I just think, man, if they just have it, they're going to love it and they're going to keep coming back for more. I am not a workout girl. For some reason, when I hit my 40s, I kind of just stopped doing that. And I have not, unfortunately, for my own self, gotten back in the habit. So I'm kind of like the, not your typical, what you people might think is the Zaya person, because I'm not a workout person. I am showing that I wear it in my everyday life. Like I teach, I am comfortable. I love this elastic waist. I am showing them that just the average person, middle-aged mom, anyone that does you don't have to be a workout gal. So, I mean, and I'm going to my kids' sporting events and I'm wearing my shorts, I'll wear my tanks, but I'm not working out in them either. So I think that's the connection that two people see, like, oh, this is it. You don't have to be the workout person. Also, another thing is on your VIP, this is a big thing. My VIP is huge. I don't actually have tons of interaction there, but as I learned with 31, and my VIP was big with my 31, keep posting. Just because they're not commenting does not mean that they're not watching. So you keep posting and you keep posting. I've done multi-hostess parties. I've had like last month I had one party, and then the rest of the orders really came off my VIP group, like a mystery hostess and just doing some stuff like that. My thing is to think like a customer. That's why I would buy from Robin as opposed to a local gal in town. I would buy from Robin because, hey, she was just making it fun. She was going on there and offering things, even like mystery hostess party giveaways. I love to get my free Zaya, and I love to get my own half offs. So I have a party that I'm working on, and maybe I'll decide to do 4 giveaways. Maybe I've grabbed an extra crossbody bag, so I'll be like, I'll do a prize board. I've seen Becky do these too, a prize board. And for this prize board, I'm giving away a Zaya hat, a half off item, a crossbody, and $25 Zaya cash. Well, as they're working on that prize board and they're actually filling it up, that's when I'm collecting my own rewards to order my own clothes as well. But then there's other times where, like right now, it's my birthday week. So we're celebrating with a mystery hostess giveaway. I'm celebrating with them. So I am rewarding someone with obviously hopefully, I always say my goal is the $1,000 party. So, and we actually are just right under that. That's actually what I did in January. They posted that at January 15th, that incentive. At that point, at January 15th, I was at like $900. I did not have a party booked. I was there at January 15th. I'm like, oh crap, I want to get that $3,000 more. I want to hit that 4K. So what did I do? I did book a party set. A couple other people turned me down, but then I just added things into my VIP. We actually ended up with 2 winners of $150 in free and 4 half offs. So I'm advertising that, like, because I want people to come shop with me, and they're going to choose to shop with me in my in my process is I think like a customer, because if they have a chance to win something, gosh, why wouldn't I shop with this person than shopping with someone else, because it's fun to win something. So that is what I do. So I want to be, let's see, I got to go look back at my notes. Hey, I'm on live right now. My son just got home from his ball game. So let's see. Yep, there we go. Talk about that. Oh, I make it convenient to me too. Like, so I am busy. I really think my customers locally might want to be on a bulk order, but I don't have like people dropping all the time and saying, oh, I want to do this bulk order, because fortunately Zaya has been great in that they've added some coupons recently we had, and then we had the huge deal with spend 100, get 25% off. So that's when I've decided to do those bulk orders. But I just didn't do $2 shipping or $3 shipping. I'd started to do that, but then I might only have 1 or 2 people order. Well, then I'm stuck with like $8 of shipping if I only told them they would have $2 shipping. So I did split shipping, so then I'm not guaranteeing anybody a rate except that it's going to be split. So you got to work what works for you, and what you see someone else doing in their business. Think of that as that get the idea. That doesn't mean it's going to work exactly for your business. And it's worth trying. Like that's my thing, is I keep pivoting. I like, oh, I should try that. Well, if it works good, or I might have to tweak it so it works in my life. But maybe it doesn't work. I try it and I'm like, yeah, that didn't work. But also don't throw it, like you try a bulk order, doesn't work. Hey, try it again. So don't just give up on it on one time. I think that's huge. The convenience of it in people's minds, sometimes the convenience of, oh, I really kind of wanted that one Confluence bra, and I like that they have a discount, but gosh, I really don't need it. But oh my goodness, oh yeah, I'll throw it on our bulk order and save a little bit more money. Okay, yeah. So I try and think like a customer, as well as make it convenient for them to shop for me. Also, for some people, it's convenient to be like, oh, they can just tell me what they want, and they don't have to put all their credit card information stuff in there. I mean, thank goodness for Venmo, like boom, Venmo, I can pay for it. And I think that's a huge thing. I do try and thank my customers, on my VIP customers on the page. I actually got that idea for Robin, because like I was seeing what people order, and then you're like, oh, well, that person ordered that. That looks pretty neat. I like it. So the more times they're seeing it, and oh, people are buying that. So I make sure I thank customers. I only had one customer tell me that they did not want me to share their name, and that is totally fine. She has continued to order for me. Like, I still put her in my giveaways. I just call her Customer J. And so I do that. And I'll tell you, I'm fair to myself. If I order on a mystery hostess party, I'm going to call myself Customer C, because guess what? If I'm helping increase those awards, what if I end up winning some? I mean, you got to take care of yourself too. If you're going to increase those awards and up them, hey, call yourself Customer C or whatever your name is, and those kind of things too. So, it's your business. You can work it how you want to. So think about those things. Don't just think you're stuck and you can't do something, or just see someone else's and be like, oh, well, that would never work for me. Yeah, and I really try and remind people as I'm doing those things, hey, so-and-so just ordered, thank them, show what they got, and say they just got their name entered into the drawing. And I do that, like I do a early product giveaway, drawing on a party. So I will give one pair of socks to someone. I don't say what it is, but hey, if you order by Thursday, say the party started on Sunday, closing on the weekend, you order by Thursday and help your friend out, you're going to get your name in for a product giveaways, because hey, they want their shout out. Oh yeah. And why not, if you have a chance to win something in a party, that's pretty fun too. So I do carry that over in my parties as well.
Yeah, I loved your point about the parties. They don't have to be like scheduled months in advance. I remember working with you in the beginning, and you had party scheduled. I'm like, okay, my routine is you set them up on Thursday and you start them on Sunday, and you're like, why can't I start it today? And you did, and you just ran with it. I was like, yeah,
right, because that is my thing too. Like, when do I have, and I think about that, like, if someone invited me to a party, I don't know what my schedule, like even like at their house, like I'll be have to like, oh, I don't know. I mean, unless it's like a Super Bowl party, I don't really know what's going on in my life till then. And so, hey, if you invite me that day or that, boom, I can go. I don't need to know 4 days in advance that you're Facebook party is starting in 4 days.
Yep. Yep.
I'll put it.
Yeah. And take ideas, use them, borrow them, try again. But whatever you run with, you can't just post it once, right? We have to like reiterate it, post it again, share it again. It's super important because if we just throw it out there, 9 times out of 10, it doesn't take off. So thank you so much, Sarah. I'm going to give each of you 1 minute. I got one question for each of you. It has to be a really quick answer, and then we will wrap up this call. Becky, your question is, what advice would you give a brand new rep?
Okay, good question.
Keep it quick.
Believe in yourself, keep the faith in yourself, and reach out, party, follow up, and all the 4 steps. I would for sure make sure you're being consistent. Make sure you're being consistent so they know you are open. Okay. And just have fun. Just have fun.
Yeah, at the beginning, it's kind of like a workout routine. At first, it's hard. You're not used to it. It's a different part of your day that you're not used to, but it will get easier. Sarah, your question is, what are you doing or saying to encourage these new teammates to jump in with us? You've had 3 teammates join us in the past month. Share with us a little bit.
4.
Four.
Just so I don't feel left out. I don't, but
No, that's amazing. Shout yourself out.
That's awesome.
Okay, so for me, this is another Bob Heilig thing. Is his transformational approach. So really my whole approach is all in my conversations. So I am asking questions. I'm getting to know people. I am learning what problem they have that Zaya can be a solution for. So I am most able to relate to someone who is interested or has the same problem as I did when I started. I left my job and I wanted to be able to bring in income for my family. So I am most able to relate to those people and ask them questions that relate to that problem, to just really have the conversation and see if it's a fit for them. So I'm asking questions like, what do you do for work? Are you happy in your current role? Like, is your current situation the balance you desire? Because like for me, that totally wasn't. And like, do you feel passionate about your current role? So like, are you like, I was not super passionate about being a stay-at-home mom. So just little things to like figure out what the problem is and see if Zaya can be a solution. So keep them at the forefront of the conversation. It's about them. It's not about you. And it's about how we can serve them.
Yes, that last line was everything.
Yeah.
Heck yes. All right, Carla, coming up on your 1-year anniversary on the 18th, what advice would you give yourself as a new rep looking back? Like, is there anything you would have changed or even looking back 6 months ago? Go. Oh, unmute.
Yeah, so this was my notes today that I thought of at recess, and then I went in and I actually covered that. Because I heard that question at recess. I covered that already in my thing. So it was really like give each other grace, try new things, whatever. So I do want to jump on here and, this is a big recruit time. I was not the person that you think you might, oh, they're happy, they're busy. Oh my gosh, they're running around with their kids. They're not a workout girl. They're like, I'm not the typical person you would have. I was already actually with something else. Like I probably wasn't interested, but you know what? Robin didn't give up. So if you think it's right too, and they, I did tell Robin no, but man, she kept asking every once in a while. So don't just completely shut the door. And I'm bad. I am not one to go ask people to join my team. So Sarah, I'm going to do that mindset thing. But yeah, so just don't. Yeah, you never know who's ready to go. So you don't know what their life is if they have their balance, like Sarah just mentioned. So yeah, for sure.
I love
But
it.
give
I love
yourself
it.
some grace, try something and pivot if it doesn't work.
Pivot. All right, you guys, really quick before we end this call, we are starting something with the whole Connect team. It will start next week. You probably saw it on Connect today, just to kind of recap what that is. Kind of like Christmas in July, where we will be providing prizes, big prizes for your customers. You will be promoting Galentine's Day in your VIP page, in your parties. You'll be promoting these giveaways. For every $50 spend, they'll be entered to win. Along with that, there will be interactive posts that you'll do on your pages. The winners from those pages, like the winner from your VIP page, will get pulled into the Big Connect interactive post for that day. There will be a prize with that. You really don't need to do anything right now, but get your booty signed up for it. Get your team to sign up for it. It's $10, Venmo to Megan. We're going to put you all into a Facebook group where we will communicate with you, where we will share your graphics with you, where we will share a cover photo with you. You'll have everything, but we wanted to do it this way because we don't want to pull your VIPs out of your VIP page necessarily for this, but we want you to have something fun to share out next week with it being Valentine's Day. So get your Venmo to Megan, because the more moolah we have, the more prizes we can give. Come Friday, we'll have a number. We'll know how many, we'll know what the prizes are. We'll be spilling all that out on that Facebook page. And your parties too, not just VIP, parties too. All right, have a good evening. Thank you all for joining so much.
Thank
Sarah,
you.
Carla, Rebecca, thank you.
Thank you.